Songbird by Oasis is one of the best songs to learn on the guitar if you're just starting out, because it's very, very straightforward, very simple. One of my favourite songs to teach my beginner guitar students, especially ones that are fans of Oasis, Liam Gallagher, Noel Gallagher, those types of artists. So today I thought I would make a very quick guitar lesson showing you how to play it. Before we get stuck into that, drop this video a like, subscribe to our channel if you're new. Now let's get right into the lesson. So all it is in this entire song is just 3 chords, and it doesn't change. Once you get the pattern, it's just that all the way from start to finish. So it starts on a G major chord. If you are just starting out on the guitar and you're not sure how to play these chords, by the way, then I highly recommend my Guitar Success for Beginners course, which is linked in the top of the description. So anyway, we've got a G major chord, like I said. And then it changes to an F sharp over D sus4 chord, which might sound like quite a mouthful and quite a confusing chord, but it's quite simple to do. All we're going to do is lift our first finger up to the top string, well, the low string, the low E on the 2nd fret, and our second finger there, I'm just going to move it down to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string and play all the strings. So technically I've got a D sus4 chord there, and I've got a low F sharp root note. That's why we call it an F sharp over a D sus4 chord. And then after the F sharp over D sus4 chord that we've got here, we're going to move our first finger down a string and our second finger up a string. So they're both still staying on the 2nd fret, and we're going to play all 6 strings, which is going to give us an E minor 7 chord. These fingers, by the way, your 3rd finger and 4th finger, can kind of stay there throughout the entire song. They don't need to move right from the get-go, right until the end of the song. They stay where they are. And this E minor 7 chord is pretty much an Oasis staple, and it's the beginning chord to one of their most famous songs, which is Wonderwall. The only difference being it's played slightly further up the fretboard with the capo on the 2nd fret, but that's how Wonderwall starts. So it's not a surprise to see that that chord is in this song. But from that E minor 7 chord, it just goes back again to the F sharp over D sus4 chord. So again, just lift your 2nd finger down and your 1st finger up to play that chord, and then back to G again. And it just repeats that cycle. So altogether, we've got a G major to F sharp over D sus4 to an E minor 7 and back to that F sharp slash D sus4. And we've got a nice little repeating pattern there. And it's that until the end of the song. However, I just want to mention that the actual beginning part of the song, it does just stay on the G chord before it actually starts to do the other changes. It does a G, and then when he starts singing, then the pattern starts. So just bear that in mind if you want to play along with the actual song. It doesn't start the pattern straight away. It starts on a G for a couple bars and then straight in with that chord progression once the singing starts. Now, before I get into the strumming pattern of the song, which is quite a simple strumming pattern to do, especially if you're new to strumming and you've not done much rhythms yet, this song also has a really, really simple rhythm, which is actually really good and really useful as well. Something you can definitely take to other songs if you want to try and make some other songs sound a little bit more interesting, but you're not sure how to make the strumming pattern sound more interesting. This one is a great one for that. We'll get into that in a second. I just want to very quickly talk about the timing of when to change these chords. So your G chord, you're going to play it for 4 repeats of 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But on the very, very last 4 count, we're going to change the very last 4 count to just a 2 count. From G, play it 3 times for 4 counts, and then once for just a 2 count. A bit like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And then we're going to finish off that 4 count with the F sharp over D sus4, just for 2 counts. 1, 2. That's how quick that chord is. And then we're going to go to the E minor 7. And again, we're going to play that for 3 lots of 4 counts with a 2 count on the end, a bit like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. You might have guessed it, when we go back to the F sharp over D sus4, that's just finishing off that 4 count. 3, 4. And that's when the cycle repeats. So all together, this is how we put it all together and make it sound in time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. And repeat from there. So hopefully you're finding this nice and easy so far. The very last thing to talk about is the strumming pattern, like I said earlier. And for this, don't worry about the chord changes. Let's just take the first chord, which is G. So play a G chord. And all you're going to do with your right hand is you're going to go down, down. And then straight after that, you're going to go down, up, down, up. And that's it. It's just a case of repeating that over and over again, but trying to leave no gaps in between, because after your second up, you're straight back to the down, down part. So down, 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 up, down, up. That's your strumming pattern, a bit like this. And if you might have noticed, my hand is now up here, ready to do another down strum. It's very important that when you're doing a strumming pattern that your hand ends up ready to repeat the cycle, in the right place. Like if my hand ended up down here, then I'd have to jump it back over the strings to get ready again for another repeat. So that's why it's down, up, ready for the next down. So once again, on that strumming pattern, nice and simple, just play the G chord and it's down, 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 up, down, up. But repeat it back to back with no gaps, so it sounds a little bit like this. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. To practice that strumming pattern, like I said, stay on that G chord. Don't worry about doing the changes just yet. It's nice and easy to just not really have to focus on anything with your left hand. Just get the chord in position and then just go nice and slow, nice and simple with your strumming hand. Down, 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 up, down, up. Try and repeat it so it sounds like this. Just stay on that chord for as long as you want, as long as you need to. And eventually when you get really comfortable with that, then you can start thinking about putting everything that we've talked about in this lesson together. The chords, the changes, along with the right timing and changing the chord at the right time, along with the strumming pattern as well. Ideally, you can get the strumming pattern so it's almost second nature. Once you kind of get used to this, it becomes very easy to keep repeating that, and you don't necessarily have to constantly concentrate on that because it becomes just something that your hand can keep doing second nature. So that's a really good thing. So when we put it all together, the chords, changing the chords at the right time along with the strumming pattern, this is what we get. Songbird by Oasis, one of the best songs to learn as a beginner guitar player. Really nice and simple, not too much going on, but there are some cool things to think about. Really good for strumming, really good for chord changes as well. So really hope you enjoyed this video, hope you enjoyed this lesson, and hope you found it nice and useful. If you did, leave us a comment, let us know what you think. Also, leave us a comment to let us know any suggestions of other songs that you would like us to make a guitar lesson for. If you are a beginner guitar player and you're looking to further your guitar playing and your technique, then I highly recommend my Guitar Success for Beginners course, which is linked in the description below. Go and check that out, and it will definitely help you out. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to our channel if you are new here, and hopefully we'll see you next time.